Thanks for joining us here. My name's Chris. I'm at my family business. This is a brick and mortar store that's actively buying and selling. There's probably going to be real customers in the background as we're doing this. So again, thanks for being here. We're going to answer some questions that people have been asking me and topics that have come up. So let's get right to it. I'm often asked, Chris, what is a retail markup? What's a fair retail markup on jewelry, coins, and all the different things? That's a tough question to answer because, again, there's different things that go into it. If it's a coin that I'm buying and selling and I'm making 2 or 3%, that's a different thing for bullion. But if it's a piece of jewelry that someone's made and they put time and effort into it, and I've got to pay the staff to sell it, air conditioning, then the markup can be 2 to 3 times. And what they mean, what the traditional term for retail markup is keystone. If you've ever heard the term keystone, that means double the value. So if I have a ring that I either bought for 50 bucks or made for $50, I want to put a keystone, I'm going to mark it up 100. And that's at a pretty reasonable markup. But there's a lot of jewelry stores out there right now that, you know, if you're just doing one thing, you're just doing jewelry. This business here, we do coins, gold, diamonds, jewelry. We buy, we sell, we appraise, we do it all, we repair. But if you're just a big box jewelry store, your general markup right now is 3 to 5 times. So not only are they doing keystone, they're doing 3 times keystone and 5 times keystone. And what that means is you're going out, you're buying a ring for $2,500. Maybe you fall on hard times and then you need to sell it to maybe pay a hospital bill. You're coming to me, and unfortunately, I can only offer $500 because if you've paid quadruple, 4 or 5 times what it's worth, you're only going to get back the original cost. A lot of things go into that. Again, when you see someone running a commercial for the Super Bowl, those ads don't cost free. They cost $1 million an ad. So when someone ads on the Super Bowl and you go to buy a piece of jewelry from them, you got to remember they've got to calculate that cost into the item that you're paying. And so that's where we get retail markup. So now what is it? Back to what's a fair markup? A fair markup is usually 2 to 3 times. Even at an independent jewelry store such as this, our markup is about 3 times what the original cost is. But then when we give our sales, you can usually get it for about double, which is fair. There's other pricing. So people say, well, what's wholesale? Wholesale is basically when someone makes a ring and they are trying to make a small profit because that's what they do, they manufacture, they'll mark it up 10 or 20%. And so wholesale is probably 10 or 20% above what the actual cost of making it is. There's also another term called fair market value. Fair market value is often used by attorneys. If you have an estate and it needs to be taxable, like you need to pay taxes on it because you're inheriting it, they call that fair market value. What that means is what a willing buyer and a willing seller are able to do the transactions for. So like if I have a ring and I want to liquidate it, but I'm not ready to just get rid of it, and someone comes in and we both agree that we want to buy it and sell it, we come up with a price that's fair market value. That's probably somewhere a little between cost and keystone. So about 75% of the keystone price would be fair market value. What is retail replacement value? You've all heard that. Retail replacement value is that value you get on your insurance appraisals. So when you get a big insurance appraisal and you're getting your diamond appraised and you bought it for $10,000 and you get it appraised and it comes back $20,000, well, your ring's still worth $10,000, but the retail replacement value is $20,000. And the reason that is because if they had to specifically go out and get a specific thing, sometimes they add a little bit of money to that so that they can, when they incur these extra costs to get exactly what you lost, they can do that. Another term that you might hear is estate liquidation value. What is estate liquidation value? That is when you get the estate from grandma and you have to sell it and she needs to help liquidate it. Estate liquidation value is what can you sell it for. The easiest translation is this. How many $100 bills is your jewelry worth? So you have about 30 pieces of jewelry. What can you actually expect to get to that if you come to a store and you need to sell it? The last value I want to talk about is what I call, it's probably not, I call it kind of the flea market value, or the value when somebody really doesn't know what they have. A lot of times when people go out and they don't know what they have, they go and they sell something way too cheap. That doesn't mean everything after that is too cheap. You can even see this online. You'll go online and you'll see an item that has sold for $25 and other 10 items have sold for $200 or $300. Well, that doesn't mean all of those items are worth 25. It just means in one instance, someone really didn't know what they had, somebody sold it too cheap, and somebody got a bargain. So again, there's a lot of different pricings, and I hope this helped. Thanks for taking the time to listen to the video. I hope the information helped. People ask, why do I do this? Well, two reasons. I like to help people, help get everybody the fair price, spread the information, keep the collectabilities going, but also we do like to buy. So if you do want some information on how to sell, definitely send me an email. I have a nice packet we'll send you out, and it describes the process. It's very easy. So send me an email. I'll send you an email back. And again, if you did like this video, press the like button and also subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much.